You know what I'm saying? I ain't hiding under the bed. I ain't hiding in the closet. Get in here and catch these hands. You wanna be outside my house? Then you gonna catch my claws. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we gotta do one more. Alright guys, the last one for tonight is called A Disturbing True Snapchat Story 2. Llama Arts, I'm a big fan now. Please don't copyright strike me. All your info is in my description. These things are creepy, dude. The atmosphere.
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting
Wait,
a
this
friend.
is the guy from the first one?
I'm pretty young. I'm only 13, still in middle school. A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for a few nights. One night when I was watching TV...
That sandwich. Is that a, dang, I recognize that sandwich. Alright, maybe I'm tripping. But he got them same flip-flops and socks!
She sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption.
Hey.
I sent a message saying, "What's up?"
What's
She sent
up?
another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?" She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window.
No.
I quickly sent a response message.
Bro, call her!
"Is that your brother by the window?" She sent another identical snap, this time captioned, "What do you mean?"
Are you gonna turn around?
The figure at the window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass.
What a freaking idiot. When you take the picture, you have to look at it to add the text, right? How did she not? Is this a true story? I don't see how this could be a true story at this point. You literally have to look at the picture to type, "What do you mean?" You see that big old freaking shadow? When I saw the first one, if I cared about this girl at all, yo, somebody at your window, wake your daddy up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
I closed the snap before the timer even ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, "There's somebody at your window, turn around."
How did you not see it?
She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app.
Oh,
I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed. I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well. I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight when I was already laying in bed that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room.
Oh my gosh!
From there, she ran to her parents' room and woke her dad, who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from whatever could have happened was the fact that I was able to see the window through her selfies, unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
Bruh, you just sitting there with the window open or window unlocked, no blinds drawn. You just my tank top, just doing my makeup. Hey, open your eyelids for being so freaking dumb, bro. I get paranoid when my blinds are open, even during the daytime. People, you don't know what people are doing, bro. Somebody could be, yeah, take that bra off, boy. I mean, hold up. Alright guys, so this is called Fishing Stories Animated. Now, Llama Arts, I'm a big fan. I'ma just say this so there's no misunderstandings, nothing's getting misconstrued. Alright, your link's down in the description. Llama Arts said that they like my videos, so let's get it. Daryl's Pond. Oh, is that the name of the story? Okay. We'll rock with it.
There used to be a pond about half a mile away from my old house that I would commonly go fishing in. It was nicknamed Daryl's Pond. I still have no idea who Daryl was or why it was called that, but nobody owned it, so people would once in a blue moon go fishing there as well.
Okay.
It was usually me by myself, though. I had dug a pole into the ground where I would tie a noose to and from my small kayak. I'd say it was about 3 in the afternoon when I rowed out to the middle of the pond, the sweet spot for getting a decent catch.
Relaxing.
There was another person coming out from the trees.
Oh, heck no!
Gave him
Okay, I'm not gonna be pausing it today, but is that John Scare Spectre?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here.
Coming out from the trees. I waved at him and gave him a smile. He hopped into a small boat floating by the edge of the pond and began to row over to me.
For real?
As he got close enough where trying to speak to him wouldn't come off as obnoxious, I gave him a friendly, "Perfect day, isn't it?" Okay. "Yes, absolutely," he said. He didn't say anything after that, and I started to feel a bit awkward, as if I were obligated to keep some kind of conversation rolling now.
I hate that feeling.
"So, you come out here to throw some lines?" I asked. "No, I don't actually fish."
What the freak are you doing out here?
"Well, it's never a bad day to relax on the pond," I said. He continued to row closer to me until his boat collided with mine, creating a big thud.
Are you serious?
I'm genuinely uncomfortable now.
Yo, look at his face. This big old pond out here. And you just want to roll? It's like when dudes go in the bathroom. It's like 50 stalls. You go to one random one, you know, somewhere down the side. And then somebody come in and come to the stall right next to you. It's all this room in here.
I didn't feel threatened, just weirded out.
Nah,
I was only 24 years old. This guy looked like he was late 40s or 50s. There was an awkward silence. I tried to just act like I was focused on trying to make a catch, but by now that wasn't even on my mind.
I'm getting out the...
This guy was weird. I didn't know what he wanted, and I was uncomfortable being so close to him. I felt him looking at me, or at least in my direction, as I faced halfway to the opposite direction of him. I took a quick glance to my right. Yeah, he was staring at me.
Hey, what you doing over there? Catching a little fish?
Decided to be ballsy and lock eye contact with him. After about 4 seconds, he looked away.
Nah.
So,
nah.
Where are you from? I asked him.
Why is he trying to talk to him?
Up there. He pointed behind himself, in the direction of the woodsy hill leading past the dirt road. Oh, you live by Suffolk? I asked. No, I'm not, he said.
Where do you live?
What made you decide to come out here? I said. Why not? I continued to try and uncomfortably fill the awkward silences that kept coming up.
Leave.
His responses were dry. He didn't contribute anything to what was barely a conversation.
Trying to talk to your crush. Hey, how you doing, girl? Okay.
They're not doing anything, with half a smile on his face, looking either at me or in my general direction throughout. I was creeped out. My heart was racing at this point.
Leave!
I'd go as far as saying that I was nervous for my life. We were surrounded by trees in all directions in the middle of a pond.
Dude.
I started to row a bit closer to land, but in a very low-key kind of way, trying to play it off as me just trying to find a better spot to find some fish.
Don't follow me, dude.
I was horrified when I saw he was following me.
Oh my god!
What a great day, huh? I felt a shake in my voice. I got close enough to the edge of the pond where I finally told the man, I think I'm gonna call it a day.
Yeah.
I turned to see his reaction. He was still staring at me, but his smile was gone now.
What do you want?
I can't let you leave, he said.
Oh, no.
He lifted his flannel to expose a handgun sticking out of his jeans. As soon as I could process what I was looking at, I dove out of the boat for land, ran a whole half mile uphill through the woods back to my house, and locked every door and window as soon as I made it home. I pulled down the blinds to the dining room window, leaving it open just a crack for peeking outside undetected. It started to get dark out, and I left every light in the house off, still peeking out to the front yard, making sure I wasn't followed.
Nah, I'm going to
The time came when I finally decided I wasn't followed. I realize now, like you, that not calling the police immediately was a huge mistake.
Oh.
I kept my bedroom windows open to let the room air out. My bedroom was on the second floor, so I wasn't worried about being watched through the window. About half an hour after shutting the light and falling under the covers, I heard the sound of leaves crunching from outside.
No! He found your house?!
I sat up to hear it more clearly. It was definitely something walking around out there. Normally I would assume it was a deer or a bear, but after what just happened, I would...
Y'all know what time it is, right? Don't look at me confused. Y'all know what time it is. My man is outside the window. It's only one thing I can do. It's only one thing I can do. Hey, you want to be outside my window? That's cool. That's cool. I got something for you. I got something for you. You want to be outside my window? You about to get this buckshot, baby boy. Now what you trying to do? I'm telling y'all think I be playing over here? Let somebody.
Still in paranoia mode. I sat up as still as a statue, except for my shaking out of fear, waiting as the sounds of the steps stopped. Hey buddy, you up there? Are you trying to sleep? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. I felt like 100 pounds just fell directly onto my chest. It was the same voice. I knew it right away.
He's playing
I didn't make a
games with
sound.
him.
I crept out of the room quietly downstairs to the kitchen and grabbed the phone, practically crawling on my way out to avoid being seen through the open blinds. I called 911 like I should have earlier in the temporary safety of my bedroom. I made sure to whisper into the phone as I was still hoping that he hadn't yet heard or spotted me. 20 minutes felt like an hour as I sat behind my bed, waiting for the police to arrive in constant fear that I would hear glass breaking from downstairs, or a thud on the back door, or even just a voice again from down below my window outside. The police did a thorough investigation of the property in nearby woods, turning up nothing.
Dang.
They suggested I stay with a friend or a family member for a few days.
You gotta move.
So I did.
You gotta move now.
I never heard from or saw the man again. But I
Uh-huh.
still moved a month later. I couldn't deal with the constant fear and paranoia of being watched through my windows.
Thank you for
I feel
having
much
common
more
sense.
comfortable fishing out by the bay now.
Did he get killed by something else? Yo, that story was lit. Alright guys, this next one is called Hitchhiking Horror Stories Animated. I am an avid non-supporter of hitchhiking. Hitchhiking horror stories.
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a 99 Toyota Camry. On a warm Saturday night, when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The whole ride there, we took the same 2-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again.
Okay.
The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyways, since his closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue.
Dope. Let's get
I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home. Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight.
Hey.
I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left.
Oh no.
I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me. I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So,
Bro.
literally not knowing what else to do,
Kind of friend you go to a party with where he'd leave and forget about you? It's 2 a.m. Narrator is toasted. He can't drive home. He don't know nobody else at the party. If y'all ever go to a party and you drunk and you just can't get a ride home, you don't got cash for Uber, call me before you hitchhike, all right? Oh, you need my cell phone number? All right, it's 73
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition.
Dang.
Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb.
Why?
As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop.
You never
right
know
next to
who
me.
is pulling up.
The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension.
You know he drunk.
He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out.
No.
And that's what happened.
No.
The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out.
You passed out in his car? Oh my gosh, this dude can take him anywhere.
The next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me and laughed, but didn't say anything. I looked around.
What are you
and
laughing
realized
at?
The road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway?
Answer my question!
As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man
You have no
responded
idea
with a
where you
firm
are.
No. I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up.
Well,
I started
it.
to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second.
yeah.
The man took his eyes
Barf.
off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction.
Yes.
I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car.
He like, oh. He kidnapped some dude. He started freaking barfing. He's like, oh. Dude next to him. I just started spazzing. My dude be like, oh. Oh. Oh.
Thankfully, I drank as much as I did because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap.
Yes.
The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the
Finesse.
woods and duck behind a few bushes.
He hit him with the throw up
The man
finesse.
came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the light straight over me without noticing. Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it.
Oh, freak.
By
Why
some
is he out here
miracle, I saw
looking?
another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic.
Yes.
The car tried to
They
avoid
could be a
me,
killer,
but I
though.
wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the
Oh.
police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough.
Thank you.
I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number, and then I felt like punching myself in the face. I failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him.
Dang.
All I knew was that he drove a faded blue '99 Ford Explorer.
Thought it
I
was
made
red.
sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me.
When I see you at school tomorrow, you getting creamed. Take that as you will.
I haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade. but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
That music. Yo, clap that up. Llama Arts and Mr. Nightmare, which I learned is the narrator, or the narrator. It's like a two-hit combo. Mr. Nightmare is dope at the freaking narration, and then Llama Arts just brings it to life. Y'all want to do one more? All right, let's just do one more. Babysitting Stories Animated.
It was during a blizzard in Valley Stream. I was getting paid $250 to watch some couple's kid while they went away for the weekend.
Hey.
His name was Matthew. This took place on the first night, which was a Friday night. Matthew was already supposedly asleep, while I was in the living room watching a movie. I got a knock at the door.
What the frick is you watching?
And looked at the clock. It was close to midnight. There was no way I was opening it. Not even 10 seconds later.
Oh my god! Could you imagine it being like midnight? And then somebody just at your freaking front door like...
I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily... 10 seconds later, I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily banging on the door, telling me to open up. I felt like...
How many doors is out there?
I took a peek through the blinds, and there was somebody standing right on the other side of the window.
Oh my god!
I fell back in fear, and after managing to get back on my feet, I ran to the kitchen phone first thing to call the police. They said because of the weather, it could take a while for an officer to get here. I was told to take the child and hide somewhere until an officer arrived. They wanted to keep me on the line, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the heat of the moment and hung up. However, it wasn't until I ran through the living room that I realized the banging had stopped.
What?
I took a second peek through the living room window. Nobody was there now.
Oh my gosh, where are they? Oh!
I heard the sound of glass shattering from a few rooms over. My knees started to feel weak as I realized they had just broken the window and were about to climb into the house. I had to run to get Matthew. I couldn't just leave without him. Of course, when I got upstairs, there was no time left to run back downstairs, as I already heard footsteps and laughter coming from downstairs.
Oh my god.
I covered Matthew's mouth with my hand as I ran with him into his toy closet. A few minutes dragged on to what felt like half an hour as we sat there in the dark closet. Matthew began to squeal as footsteps on the carpet reached the outside of his bedroom door. There was more than one person. They came inside.
No.
There weren't many places to hide in this room.
Oh my gosh.
I was actually reflecting on my whole life, so sure I was gonna die. We heard the sound of a police siren outside, even from in the closet, and then I heard one of the men in the room mutter, "Aw, shit." I opened the door back up as I heard at least 3 pairs of footsteps hurriedly rushing down.
The police got there in about a hot 7 seconds. Let that had been Detroit, Michigan. Good luck. We'll be there in about 45 minutes.
Stairs. They didn't get far, as the police later found their footprints in the backyard, leading to our shed. There were 5 men in total, and they were all arrested.
5? Oh, this one is creepy. Why? His name is Maxie. I already know. Alright guys, so the last one for tonight is 2 disturbing horror stories. Okay, right into it.
Over the weekend, about 15 coworkers and myself had our
Is this the same guy? His voice didn't drop 8 octaves. But y'all know I can also make my voice deep as freak. And when I get up on a mic like this, you know.
trip to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, known for being Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining.
No.
We took an 8 p.m. ghost tour where we joined about 15 other people to get guided around the property and told stories about its history and creepy things that are said to have happened. We were told to take a lot of pictures, I'm sure to try and capture orbs or ghosts. Many green orbs were caught in pictures, but I don't think anything is as creepy as this photo taken by my coworker. A little girl in a hot pink dress who was definitely not on our tour.
Who is
apparently, years ago, a young girl who was 12 to 13 by the name of Lucy was squatting in the basement of the concert hall, which is where this photo was taken, and she was discovered upon plans to begin some construction. She was forced to leave, and the night got below freezing.
Dang.
So she froze to death. Everyone on my tour has vouched that this girl was not on our tour. I mean, who wouldn't remember someone wearing hot pink? The man pictured as our tour guide, no one would have been in front of him. I am convinced that this is the ghost of Lucy. Just one more added note, though I doubt anyone would believe me. But there was only one time throughout the tour where I felt any strange energy or feeling. And it was right there, headed down to the basement of the concert hall.
Oh. Oh, that's it. Oh, narrated by Corpse Husband. You got a nice voice, brother.
This happened a few weeks ago when I was walking home from school, excited that my freshman year was coming to an end. It was a Tuesday night when I was turning in my last essay for history. I left it to the last minute and the teacher actually made me complete it before I could go home. I hated my teacher for that. Around 8 p.m., I had finished that essay and was walking home. The rain had stopped and there was a beautiful sunset. Suddenly, I noticed something. There was a red 2016 Toyota Camry right behind me. I got goosebumps thinking it was following me. I didn't look back and started walking in my apartment's direction.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to a
run.
busy road to feel safer. Just then, the car sped up, stopping right next to me.
Oh,
A
heck
middle-aged
no.
man asked me where I was headed and suggested to drop me off. I said no thanks, but the man wouldn't leave and insisted. I wanted to tell the man to just fuck off, but I took off running instead.
There you go.
I heard a loud noise and at the same time felt something I can only describe as a sharp vibration hitting my flesh.
Got tased.
I fell to the ground not knowing what happened. Out of adrenaline, I was about to get up and run again as I felt a heavy arm grab me by the mouth.
No.
Then the pain set in. I realized that I was shot.
Dang!
There was another man next to him that searched my pockets.
Oh, this
He
guy's
grabbed my
a
phone
creep.
and threw it on the ground as he
He's
tied my legs
Snapchat.
and taped my mouth. They quickly put me into the trunk of their car and then started driving.
Oh my
I
god.
could feel that we were going very fast, and I'm sure that we hadn't stopped at all for a good 30 minutes. I was feeling my blood soaking into my shirt, which scared me the most. I was certain that I was going to die. I was thinking about my parents and what they would feel when they heard that I was missing. Then the car came to a stop. By some miracle, I heard a police officer asking for IDs and driver's licenses.
Let's go.
I wanted to yell for help, but nothing came out. Just then, I heard 3 to 4 gunshots. I heard an
Oh my god, stay out there busting. Yo, first of all, if your tape is calm down, if your mouth is I'm just trying to give y'all escape tactics, all right? You got to get that tongue out, girl. And you got to lick all the tape, man. If you do that, poof. Please don't take this out of context. You got to lick all around. Poof. That tape is gone. Help! Help! Yo, hold up.
but nothing came out. Just then, I heard 3 to 4 gunshots. I heard another cop yelling,
"Man down! Man down! Shots fired!"
I was begging the cop to find me. Then I heard the cop searching the car. I was feeling joy as my pain was growing worse. Seconds felt like hours. The officer then opened the car's trunk and suddenly started firing at me out of a fight or flight response. Thankfully, the bullets missed. The officer quickly caught up to the fact that I was kidnapped and injured.
And he looked like the type of cop that'd do that. Y'all know what type of cop I'm talking about, right? The one with the big, he got big teeth, Can't even close his mouth. What's going on over here? Is everything alright? You know how fast you were going there, boy? Does anyone need help over here? You need help! Somebody need help! Sir, it looks like you need help!
He called for backup immediately, and it arrived in minutes. They placed the injured officer onto a gurney and drove off in an ambulance. Finally, when the scene was safe, they called another ambulance for me. I woke up in the hospital. The news media was everywhere. I was fine after a few days, but later learned that the officer that was shot didn't make it.
Dang.
I don't know if those men are still alive or rotting away in a prison for killing an officer. I don't want to know what would have happened if those officers hadn't stopped the car.
Dang.
I'll be waiting on that upload.
Oh, I'll see you in 9 months. It's called A Bus Stop Horror Story. Let's get it. Let's get it. Man, I'm hungry.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one.
Oh.
I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night, and snow had just started peppering the ground.
Is that the theme?
My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothes.
Right. We gonna pause it right here. Nah. Corey, zoom in on his face. Listen. Okay, first of all, this man was at the bus stop for an hour. Sucker, you could have walked home at this point. But listen, you see a man coming towards you, it's nighttime, you outside by yourself, and he look like this. Corey, zoom in on him again. Look at this man. He has nothing to lose, okay? You got your freaking ear pods in, you got your fade. He is about to rob and kill you. So you already know. You already know I got the antidote for him. If you want to try something, sir, I got the antidote for you, okay? If you want to come over here and try something, go ahead and try it. And yes, I carry this around in my book bag, all right? If I was him, first of all, I wouldn't have been sitting there for no hour. But if I was, for some reason, maybe my leg broke. I ain't about to eat these buckshots, all right?
Walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
Bro.
He sat down at the other end of the shelter
Look
and just stared
at
at me. There was some
Hey. What you over there listening to?
something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
"When is the bus due?"
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me.
Bro, get
I
up!
looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Bro.
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through
Are you
the glass.
serious?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
Bro, get up!
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it.
I wanted to run, but I couldn't run without my backpack. What you got? The T-virus in there? You got freaking nuclear codes? What is in this bag that's worth your life? Bro, my baby could be in that bag. I'm hitting him with the swim move and I'm out.
Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first.
Gosh.
I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him.
It's like a
but
bodied
nothing
himself.
worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment. That was the last I saw of him.
Dang.
I got my driver's license shortly after and have never been on a bus since.
Yo, that took a sad turn. My man was just trying to get his son back. Okay, Llama Earth with the merch. This next one's called A Scary Vacation Story 3, uploaded by our good friend, Llama Arts. How you doing, Llama? Llama Arts. It's been a minute since we, Llama, we got that.
During my holiday, I
Alright.
spent about 3 weeks in Japan. I arrived pretty late, so I couldn't check into the hotel that I initially booked. So I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
Okay.
Aesthetically, it was quite nice, but it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please. Plus, there was no security in sight.
Oh, that's
After
not good.
arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV.
That's
I
what you
was still
watching?
pretty jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked. I didn't
There
think
you go.
anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Thank you.
About 5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside. Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little.
Maybe they ain't
All of a
footsteps.
sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of my door, and there was a shadow of a person.
Oh.
At first, I thought it was room service, but it was too late for that. Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room.
Bruh.
As soon as I switched my light on, the shadow disappeared. I was confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed. That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door.
What?
So I immediately turned my light on and shouted.
Who's there?
After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could.
He in Japan too. Probably don't know a lick of Japanese. I'm like, Dare desu ka? Dare! Jisu wa kirei na hoteru da yo.
I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside. I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped.
Bro.
A
Close-
man emerged from the darkness and ran
Bro,
erratically
close-
towards me.
Close.
His face was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he
Dude.
was holding a knife in his right
Close
hand.
the door!
As he got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long, dirty
Oh.
hair. His clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over. I quickly slammed my door and pressed
Thank
against
you.
it, praying that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole. He was gone.
Oh my god.
I let out a sigh of relief and checked the peephole again. My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of the door. He was wearing a maniacal smile on his face, and all of a sudden he raised his knife and yelled.
I'm gonna kill you!
I
What?
jumped back and kept my
He's
eyes
a
locked
regular
on the
white
bottom of
dude?
the door as I backed up to my bed. I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the police arrived, I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo.
Thank you.
That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night.
What is wrong with
At
you?
12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me. I turned around to see the same guy passed out on the floor with a knife in hand. I was in shock.
Are you?
How did he find me? I quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside.
How you lock him
Cops
inside the
came
room?
and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
Bro, we thought you was smart in the beginning. You're like, yeah, there's no way he could know where I am. I'ma just leave the door unlocked. Even though it's literally 0 work to lock the door. This next one's called a creepy deep... freaking stuttering. I'm sorry. This next one's called a creepy deep web story 2, and this was uploaded by Llama Arts. Hey Llama, how's it been? We missed you. Yeah.
What?
Alright. Deep
I
web.
was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get. I was a big
Llama.
procrastinator, so more often than not I'd stray away and waste time doing other things.
Y'all remember when PewDiePie reacted to my video? Yeah!
One day, I came across talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into it. It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place, but I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night.
Idiot.
It was about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously. The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty.
What?
She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway.
Bro, how are you typing?
She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk.
Oh.
She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer.
She's being directed.
After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
I want to see you first.
She said. Up until now, I'd been chatting while she'd answered my questions verbally. I'm not that curious,
Don't be scared.
she said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense, with someone else.
Yeah.
This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
Who else is there?
Turn your camera on.
Dude,
Is this a joke?
don't do it.
Turn it on.
No.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Turn on the camera.
Or
Her
what?
laughter was almost piercing by now. There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riot.
Ah!
I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed.
Oh,
The only thing that was working was the chat box. I still
Unplug.
had access to the keyboard.
Unplug.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
No,
Her
baby.
gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before.
Oh, baby.
And I moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera.
Bro.
Her face still beautiful, but the
Unplug
smile
your
completely
computer.
Fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk to her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen. Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera, you...
Oh my
The
god.
aggressiveness in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous.
Dude.
I didn't dare reply back. But then the cursor moved.
Oh no!
Shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the
Bro,
screen.
put your camera down!
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make a move. There was no way anything good would be waiting
Just
for
take
me
the
if I did
webcam!
what she asked. The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was? I started typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist and got her kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my frightened face staring into the screen. Judging by my face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful.
You look
I asked
constipated.
around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now.
He dead.
Then I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish.
Oh, you're dead,
She
dude.
typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages. I couldn't understand what was going on, but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered. I looked back into her webcam and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented. She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion, but her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage. The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being.
Look at her.
There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up.
Dude,
My heart stopped again.
don't do it.
For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on.
Who the?
She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked to her side. It looked like it was causing her pain. And then the lights went out again.
Bro, she causing
The
her.
chat resumed. This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders. Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two. The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen. They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed.
Bro, don't get
They
tough
stopped
now.
shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again. When it turned back on, the man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder. Neither was she smiling. All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look, I understood that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam. There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask. And according to what I saw in my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen.
Guys, that literally gave me chills, guys. Look at my eyes. Oh my gosh, the way that they did that! Llama! I haven't been genuinely creeped out like this in a while. That's the thumbnail of the video. The way that they did that is... Oh.
Him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box.
What?
It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now,
she's dead.
All three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye, but it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket.
What?
She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer and backed out of the room.
You're too late!
For a couple seconds, I swear I heard her screams, even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet, but I was too devastated to stay there and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m. I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there.
Dude, you're dead.
Nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in. I've never gone back to the deep web. My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself. I had wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do, because there was nothing concrete to report to the police. What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one. There was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
Bro, they got your IP address. Bro, they don't even... That was insane! This next one is called The Roommate, and it was uploaded by our good friend Llama Arts. How you doing, Llama? It's been a while.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
The Roommate.
Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task. Even though you interview and take the time to get to know that person, you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them.
Facts.
I'd begun searching for...
Let me press pause. Let me turn this up. You get it nice and loud in the headphones, so it's
that you
for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the Facebook Marketplace. The message read,
"Hey Chris, I'll be moving out of my current apartment this August, and I'm looking to room with someone new, as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27 and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird. It's always been a fun hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Have a great day, Lunaire."
Okay. My first and most obvious reaction after reading the message was to check her profile. She was a medium height, had long, messy blonde hair and green eyes. In her profile picture, I saw her standing with a man and a woman shoulder to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs. Under the photo, the caption read, "Love my roommates."
Okay.
I smiled to myself and decided to send her a message back.
Hey,
the sun beat down on us.
Who was
as
that
we
over there?
Various objects to the second floor of our new apartment. It took us a couple days to get everything out of the moving trucks and into our new place. But as soon as we did, a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and sore bodies. After a couple more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids. And as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out.
But they didn't. Nah, quick question. How many of y'all would put out an ad for a roommate and accept a response from the opposite gender? Because I'm thinking, you know, I put out an ad for a roommate. If you even a little cute. Guys, I'm joking.
A week later, I started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine. As I was getting ready, I heard the front door swing open. I walked into the living room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box.
Hey, hold up!
What you got there?
Who is you?
I asked. Through a strained grunt, she replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work. I hope that's alright.
No, it's like you should have cleared
I was
that
obviously
before.
hesitant
It's
at
already
first,
here.
as there was no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting ready for work.
That weird stuff.
I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry. A low hum could be heard reverberating off of the inner walls. I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business. So I went into my room and changed into more comfortable clothing.
I'm taking a peek.
After changing, I came back out into the kitchen and started making a sandwich. I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the island countertop and let out a long, exasperated grunt.
Ouch.
Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and checked my toe to see if there was any bleeding. As I raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire was standing in the doorway leading to her room. The darkness behind her almost seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
She said in a deadpan tone. Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you.
It's fine,
she said, in the same deflated tone as before. She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed, so I quietly made my sandwich and retreated back to my room as well.
Hey, Lunaire, you want a PB&J? I mean, I could make you one real quick. Maybe we can watch some TikToks after?
Only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door. I had the next day off, so I was able to sleep in a little longer than usual. When I finally emerged from my room, I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside.
What? She
I
unplugged
turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion. Sure enough, the power was out. Damn it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her door to tell her about the power outage if she didn't already know, but there was no answer. I then remembered that she had classes that day and probably wasn't home. I walked back to the kitchen and past the pantry.
Why is it a
As
padlock?
I did, I slipped on the floor but was able to catch myself on the countertop. What the? I angrily exclaimed as I looked down at the floor trying to figure out what I had slipped on. It was blood. It had started to leak from the corner of the freezer and pool onto the floor. I quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause of the viscous liquid, but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it.
Heck no.
I don't remember seeing that before.
Lunaire gotta get
I
up
ran
out
out
of
to
there.
my car and grabbed my toolbox from the back seat. I approached the freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop. I then pulled out a small pair of bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of the padlock. It fell to the ground with a large thud. I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that permeated my nostrils. I quickly pinched my nose and walked away gagging in response. I guess I should have realized that was gonna happen, I muttered to myself in between gags.
Man
After
up!
gaining my
Look in there!
composure, I grabbed some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory. I could see a couple of dead birds and plastic bags wedged into the corners of the freezer. I took each bag out and set them in the trash can nearby. That's when I noticed that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag. I don't know why, but I decided to open the top of the bag and peer inside. I was greeted by large, milky white eyes, a swollen black tongue surrounded by cracked and bloated lips, and the matted hair of a human head. I swiftly dropped the bag and fell backwards onto the floor. My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed the trash can next to me and expelled my disgust into it.
Call the
I then
police!
ran out the door, got into my car, and called the police.
Good job.
As I sat in the interrogation room with a blanket over my shoulders, I couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen.
Cold?
It looked so familiar. That's when it finally hit me. I pulled out my phone and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate, the one she said was moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences around the apartment. Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something. That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out into the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold sweat started to form on my forehead as my surroundings became blurred. I could hear a low whine slowly starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper.
Oh my gosh.
"Do you have somewhere you could stay at?" she asked. I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town. Okay.
Can I stay with
paused.
you?
Listen, I don't want to worry you, but we found this picture inside of your apartment.
Oh no. Oh no.
She slid the piece of paper across the table, and I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest.
She's standing over him.
The head of Lunaire's other roommate sat on the chair. In the background, scrawled on the wall in blood, read, "Love my roommates. All of them."
What did they do though? Like, did they fart a lot? Leave food out after they was done? Like, I get roommates can be annoying, but for real? Now this next one is called A College Horror Story, and it's another one by Llama Arts. I see you've been putting in work. Now this was sent to us by Kyrie Supreme, and he said, "Welcome back, my man. This is for you." Kyrie, I appreciate you for the welcome back, my guy. And I would also appreciate if you slice that like button. Kyrie, do it. It's good to be back.
It was an early morning. My campus didn't offer housing and I lived about a half a mile from school, so I started my journey as usual while playing on my phone. I glanced up to see an old man heading towards me on a bicycle. Normally, I'd
Excuse me? You're not about to be riding a bike with a suit? Where do I even start? Where do I even start? You might as well cut them 3 strands of hair off, big fella. Why are you riding a bike at 99 years old? You gotta... You got a suit on, riding your freaking mongoose bike. Your bow tie is purple.
step aside to let bikers and skaters pass, but he braked instead. I stopped too, wondering if there was something wrong. He walked up to me and said,
"Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you."
Get back!
I felt chills instantly. I didn't know what to think. I just looked up at him with a fearful and confused expression.
Why are you standing there?
I was gathering up the courage to tell him that I was late for class and I should go, but before I could say anything, he said,
"Get off the grass!"
Looking down, I noticed I'd stepped over towards the road and onto the grass. I stepped off slowly and he said,
"You wouldn't want to step on any bugs or get your shoes dirty now, would you?"
He raised his finger and asked me what my name was. I told him, and he replied,
"Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you."
The same chills ran through my body again, but before I could say anything, the man said,
"Get off the grass! You wouldn't want to step on any bugs or get your shoes dirty now, would you?"
I looked down to see that I was back on the edge of the sidewalk again. This had to be deja vu. He asked for my name once more. I said my name again, but he interrupted me before I could finish.
I love the Easter eggs. That's that freaking nasty Snapchat kid from that one episode.
He told me his grandchildren are down the road and needed gas money. I told him I didn't have any spare change or any change at all for that matter. He continued to ask me again and I gave him the same answer. Eventually I headed towards my school. I turned to see if he was still there, but he was gone. As I was walking, I approached the intersection. There was a truck on its side. It must have tipped over while turning the corner.
He's a ghost. Woo! It says llama. What? You stupid llama.
If you want to help support the channel, head on over to the brand new Llama Arts merch store. It has new stuff available like updated t-shirt designs, a mug from the Sleepover Story episode, an embroidered hoodie, a llama pin, and even a llama plushie. All of these items can be found at crowdmade.com. Links are in the description.
Hey, get your money, llama. Your animations is beast. You deserve it. But I have a question. Wasn't that kid in college? Why do you look 12? Next one is called Abduction Horror Story, and it was uploaded by our good friend, Llama Arts. Oh, snap.
My name is Josh Roberts, and it's been a year since I was abducted.
What?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home from school. It was about 6 p.m. and there was a full moon and a chill in the air. I stepped off the bus, and for the first time, someone else got off with me. I'd never seen this new kid at school before. I could hear footsteps behind me. I took a quick glance and saw the kid walking at a brisk pace.
Let me help y'all out, alright? Because I done been in this situation before. You're walking somewhere and somebody is a little too close behind you. So here's what you do. I'm giving y'all life tips. This is exactly what you do. Walking, right? You take your phone out. You act like it went off. So you walking. You notice somebody behind you, right? You're like, hey, man, he kind of close. Act like your phone going off. Hey, hello? And then when you pick up, you just... Yeah, hello? Yeah, I got a bad signal. Dude, I'm right at the corner. Oh, I see you. I'm just giving y'all tips. Otherwise, you could just turn around and put your paws up. That's not a bad option either. Turn around. Hey, what you want? Huh? And then if they really didn't want anything, then the worst thing that happened is you just yelled at a stranger. But if they there for something else, you better be stronger than me, boy. And you're not. You ain't about to kidnap me my same height and weight. Man, Shaq couldn't kidnap me. I'm biting your ear.
I thought he was following me, so I took a left, which wasn't my usual route. I looked around again and saw him take the same left.
See?
My heart started pumping and
Turn
my
around
legs
and check
started shaking at the sound of the footsteps as they got louder and faster.
For real?
I then panicked and started running.
No, don't
I
run.
remembered a shortcut in the nearby forest to my neighborhood.
Check him.
So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. Hey kid, wait up!
No!
A heavy voice from behind me. I tried
Leave
my
me
hardest
alone!
not to stumble on the logs and boulders in my path. I could hear the sound of sticks and leaves being broken by some fast, heavy footsteps. My legs started throbbing as the adrenaline wore off, so I took a detour towards a playground. I stopped to catch my breath, looking around for somewhere to hide. Then it went silent. I was doubtful that I lost him. I took my phone out to call the police when I spotted a local news article. Caution, there is a suspicious man on the loose.
Oh
He escaped
my
the local prison
goodness.
and assaulted an officer. Beware, he may look like a teen, but he is in his 20s. If you see him, call 911 immediately and lock your door. My mind started rushing with thoughts, and I started to panic. All of a sudden, someone started choking me
at
with
this.
their arm. I tried to fight back, but they were so strong, I didn't stand a chance. My feelings of hope began to diminish as I slowly blacked out.
Wouldn't have called me like that.
I awoke to find myself in a dark, damp room that looked like a basement. The floor was hard and cold. There were no windows, but there was a staircase and a bathroom. I tried to move, but I was tied up with a thick rope.
Yeah, I got him. How much was the deal?
200? Listen, you gotta do a little better than that. Okay, fine. You'd better bring the right amount, or you'll be tied up like that kid. What? Are they selling me?
Oh yeah.
The guy sounded mad and anxious
to bust
with
it wide
whomever he
open
was
for
talking
somebody.
to. Right after he hung up, he opened the door and walked down the stairs with an evil smile. "Let go of me!" I exclaimed as he taunted me. My arms started to fall asleep due to the tightness of the rope. He came closer to me and I spat in his face. He looked.
Savage mode. One thing I was about to say, if somebody kidnap you and they don't have a mask on, you're probably gonna die. 'Cause they ain't about to let you walk up out of there with their identity. Your best option is some sort of sneak attack.
At me in sheer rage.
Oh!
Then the doorbell rang, followed by pounding on the door. The guy grabbed some tape and shut me up before I could scream for help. He
Lick it.
slowly backed off,
Get that off
signaling me to keep quiet, and ran towards the front door.
Man, I'm licking
I
it.
looked around, trying to see what I could use to untie these ropes. I spotted a rusty, sharp edge sticking out of the wall.
Be careful.
This was my one hope. I successfully
tetanus.
got up and tried with all my might to reach it. As I was trying to cut the rope from my hands, I could hear the commotion upstairs getting heated. I managed to free myself from the ropes when I heard the front door slam.
Let's go.
The silence was terrifying.
Get the
I was
roof
frozen
off.
in fear. Footsteps started coming towards the door. I choked and shuffled back to my original position, arms behind my back, wrists tightly locked together.
Sneak attack.
Now where were we? Said the man. He
Sneak
walked
attack.
towards me, grabbed my ankles, and started dragging me when the phone rang. He dropped me instantly and charged upstairs. I wasn't going to lose this opportunity. I untied my feet, grabbed the
Yep.
closest thing to me, and hid
Yep.
behind some boxes. "Now where did you go?" he said as he stampeded
Smack you
down
in
the
the back of the
stairs.
head.
I heard him getting closer to where I was hiding. I bolted up from behind the boxes and saw him checking the bathroom. As he walked out, I struck him over the head with a pole. He stumbled and fell to the floor.
I'm hitting him again.
Red pooled around his head. I ran upstairs and out the front door. I stumbled my way to the closest house, screaming. A woman thankfully opened the door. She was shocked and fearful when she saw me. The police were called and I was rushed into the hospital. They're still looking for that man, even to this day.
Now, this next one is called The Horn-Headed Man, and it was uploaded by our good friend Llama Arts.
Moonlight peered through my window as I jolted awake. My clamorous breaths disturbed the silence of my dark room. I had just come out of a frightful dream that had me thinking it.
Pause. If you sleep with your door open, I don't trust you. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like demons and other type of monsters walk around my house as I'm sleeping, and my only defense for that is keeping my bedroom door closed.
All too real.
Just saying.
With sweat on my brow, I sat up and grabbed my water from the nightstand and took a sip from the now warmed glass.
Okay.
My hands shook as I recounted my nightmare of the horn-headed man.
Oh,
In
it's
my
a
dream,
nightmare.
I was walking through my neighborhood, the street lights flickering as I made my way down the uninhabited sidewalk. Nothing threatening, just a walk through the midnight hours.
Nothing threatening yet.
A block down, I could see a figure in the distance, walking slowly towards me. His steps seemed mismatched and labored. He passed a few houses looking straight ahead, neither looking left nor right.
Bro,
His
that's
head
not
was
even
fixed
scary.
on the sidewalk in front of him. As I was getting closer to my home, I could see him slowly starting to embark on my territory. I quickly rushed to my front door and hurried inside.
I hope you step on a rock.
Through my window, I could see him walk past my property.
Barefoot?
I was thinking to myself, oh God, please have him keep going, please. He was just about to walk all the way past my front yard when he stopped.
Of course.
His body almost angle shifted abnormally as he turned to face my home.
Bro, look how skinny he
Just
is.
stood there.
I'm about to box you.
Not moving, just standing there. The man bore the horned head of a skeletal goat. His body was pale and looked fragile.
Exactly.
His fingers were thin and bony.
Fragile, bony.
I thought to myself,
get a weapon.
What does he want? Slowly, he started lifting a quivering arm and pointed right at me.
Oh, heck no.
I started to backpedal into the darkness of my house when all of a sudden he let out an inhuman screech. That's when I woke up. Too frightened to go back to bed, I turned on the television and saw that the local news for early risers was on.
Okay.
My stomach dropped and my body suddenly turned cold as I listened to the current news report.
What?
The news anchor on the television said, "Breaking news. A woman who lived on Columbia Avenue has been murdered. Local officials say that they received an anonymous phone call from the victim's home. We arrived at the house at around 12:20. We saw the victim inside and a card which rested next to her." The sheriff held up the card.
Oh my gosh.
On the back of it, I could see the image of the horn-headed man. The officer started to read. "One down. Slowly I go." He then lifted his head back up. His blood started trickling from his eyes and mouth. I sat there shaking, and I couldn't breathe. Columbia's just 3 blocks away from me. I jumped out of my bed and ran to my window.
Where are your
Something
curtains
within
at?
me made me want to look outside. That's when I saw him.
Oh, shoot.
He just stood there, looking, not moving, just looking. The horn-headed man, his body pale and fragile, and his fingers thin and bony.
You know what I got for them bony fingers and them frail arms? Put your paws up, buddy. Put your paws up. See, when I feel threatened, I just start getting loud. And I told y'all this before. Like, if I hear something in the corner, hey! Hey, who is that? I see some goat freaking head guy walking around barefoot, and then he stops and points at me. Hey, put your hands up! Let's do it then! 14 and 15? I'm just saying. This next one is called The Woman, and it was uploaded by, come on, the tried and true Llama Arts. The Woman. Ooh.
It was a late, moonless, snowy night. I heard the chilling cry of a bobcat as I arrived home from my parents' house, where we had just had Thanksgiving dinner in northern Michigan. Exhausted.
Michigan? I recognize him! That's my boy Dylan!
Exhausted, I had finally made it to my bed when my pregnant girlfriend asked for nacho cheese munchies. Reluctantly, I laced up my boots and went to my car. Due to the cold, it took me a while to start the car, which only made me more irritated. But eventually I got it started, and I arrived at the convenience store to retrieve my girlfriend's mandated snacks. As I left the store, walking back towards my car, I saw a shadow of movement out of the corner of my eye. What looked like a person stood near the dumpster, just out of the light. I stepped towards the figure, and she looked at me with a giant
Let's do a quick little survey. I'm gonna pass it on over to our game show host. Thanks, Corey. So, before we get started... That's not a mic, that's a lint roller! Someone kill that guy. Sir, come over here, please. Wait, no, I was just kidding. Yeah. Stop moving, sir. Wait, sir. Get off me! You learned that one, pal. Hey! Alright, let's continue. Would you A, go investigate the creepy old lady? B, run for your life through the woods? C, get in your car and drive home? Or D, call 911? If you answered anything other than A, good job. You are going to survive. It seems that we got some interference.
like a person stood near the dumpster, just out of the light. I stepped towards the figure, and she looked at me with a giant, sinister smile.
Oh!
Her face was so weathered, it looked like she had cracks all over her face. She was crouched down and appeared to be chewing on something.
Oh!
I looked to see what she was chewing on. To my surprise, it was a severed arm. It looked old, as if it had been rotting for weeks. I saw her glance at something in her pocket. I could see the outline of what looked like a pocket knife. As soon as I looked back up, she quickly charged me. I pushed her away and ran back to the convenience store.
Okay, last time I'm a bossy, bro. You see that freaking poem of justice?
Burst through the door and frantically yelled towards the cashier to call the police as I turned to lock it. He asked me, "What's going on?" I scowled at him.
What's going on with your hair?
"Please, just call the cops." I looked back outside and saw the woman had moved across the street and was still scrutinizing me as she maintained her benevolent grin. "Look, there's a girl out there who's trying to kill me." Looking over me, he replied, "I don't see anyone out there, sir." Those words shook me, even to this day. When the police reached the gas station, they began looking around for the woman while one of the officers asked me what had happened, and I told him the details of the encounter. One of the officers came back and said he couldn't find anything.
Oh, man.
I then took them back to where I first noticed her. We spent a few minutes intently searching, but there was no proof she was ever even there.
No blood on the ground?
The officer cocked his head and looked at me as if I was deranged and asked me in a judgmental tone, "Are you feeling okay?" I was about to defend myself, and then I started to think. I am tired, and I have had a couple of drinks, so I just told him, "Yes, sir. Sorry for bothering you. I hope you have a nice night." And then I drove home. I got home at around 4 o'clock in the morning. My girlfriend greeted me with an angered but concerning tone of voice. She asked me,
"Where were you? Are you okay?"
So I told her everything that happened. Of course, she didn't believe me. I couldn't get to sleep that night. I sat in my bed questioning my sanity, wondering if it was all even real.
It was
Am
real.
I crazy? Maybe I'm just tired.
No.
But no, that can't be it. I saw it.
I palm fisted
But
her.
if I saw it, why was there no proof? Where did the arm go? Where did she go? Before I knew it, it was 7 in the morning, and I had to go to work.
Damn.
I threw on my jacket as I was about to head to the construction site, and I put my hand in my pocket and noticed that there was a hole in it. It wasn't there the other day. I thought, what if she caught my jacket as I ran? Which further proves my suspicion that she was real.
What?
I couldn't believe it. My mind completely went wild until my girlfriend kissed me goodbye. I told my friends at work what had happened, and they didn't believe me either. They made jokes about it the entire day, but I had my bowling tournament that day, so that gave me something to look forward to. I got home and hung my vest and jacket up and rapidly put on my bowling shoes and got my bowling ball. My girlfriend looked at me with a pleasant smile and said,
"When will you be back?"
"Probably around 11.
Don't be long.
What you laughing at?
I won't. Don't worry." At around 10:30, the tournament had finally finished, and we had won. I was so thrilled I had forgotten about the woman. As we were leaving, I noticed something at the other end of the parking lot. It was that psychotic woman. We stared at each other for what felt like an eternity. She slowly started moving towards me while waving her knife in the air and making cuts.
Ask your boys,
I
do y'all
quickly
see
jumped
that?
into my car and turned it on. As I looked up, I saw she was standing in front of me, staring at me. She slowly walked over to my window, and she said in a quiet, deep, and scratchy voice,
Little pig, let me in.
I was frozen in fear, but I snapped back to reality when she banged on the roof of my car, screaming. I quickly slammed my foot on the accelerator and didn't let off it until I couldn't see her anymore. When I arrived home, I told my girlfriend what had happened. Like last time, she didn't believe me. I really thought I was insane, but I tried to forget about it and get some sleep.
Okay, last time. Why didn't he just ask his friends? They were standing right there. Hey guys, I might be on this lean still from last night, so do y'all see that girl at the other end of the parking lot or not? Now, if they bros, they're gonna be like, it's like, are you on that lean again? Or they're gonna be like, yeah, who is that? Do you know her? In which case, you will have proven if you're crazy or not.
Later that night, I woke up and saw her in my room. All she said was, "Let me in," over and over as she got closer. She then started shouting,
Let me in, let me in, let me in! Let me in!
Come on, Paul. Stop being difficult.
Let me
Whoa!
I was wondering how in the world my girlfriend hadn't heard this going on. The woman was right next to me and held up a knife to me. That's when I fainted. I woke startled in my room, dripping with sweat. Then I remembered I don't have a girlfriend, nor a house, or a family.
Come on, Paul. It's time for your morning meds. Let me in.
Oh, snap! It's called College Horror Story 2, and it was uploaded by Llama Arts. How you doing, Llama? It's been a while. Now this new merch designs. Hey, Llama Arts ain't the
Back
only
when
one.
I was in college, me and my best friend Miko heard a rumor that our dormitory was haunted. I didn't encounter anything in the 2 years of staying there, so I was skeptical.
Is he
I
walking
could
like
see
that
why
for?
the rumor started. Our dorm was kind of creepy, and Miko was convinced it was true. One day, I placed a hot...
I like how Llama Arts reuses characters, rather. That red hoodie dude, he got a problem with Snapchat. Some of y'all OG Spooky Scary Sunday viewers know what story I'm talking about. Y'all remember when he sent the picture?
cup of coffee in the sink and said,
If this cup magically empties itself by the time we get back from school, I'll believe you. Deal. Want to bet on it? Come on, you won't bet on it because you know you'll lose.
When I arrived home, I noticed Miko was asleep.
Could
It seemed
evaporate.
quite weird as he would normally be playing games or cooking in the kitchen. I put my bag on the table and noticed the cup in the sink. I knew it, I said to myself. I started to pour the coffee away when my phone vibrated.
Why are you calling me?
Miko? Oh,
I thought
heck
perhaps he
no.
left his phone at school. I answered.
Hello? Hey, just eat without me tonight if you're hungry. I'm still at the store getting food supplies for next week. I grabbed some coffee, I noticed we're almost out. Oh, and I tried looking for that green sauce you put in your homemade burgers. No luck though. But wait,
Oh, you tweaking!
The checkout just opened. I'll cook tonight. I shouldn't be too long. See ya.
I was confused. My eyes darted around the room as I tried to gather my thoughts. That's when I realized something.
What? Oh!
I was too freaked out at this point.
Who the frick? It was a freaking ninja on the ceiling.
Hey, I hope you're hungry. Oh.
Is he dead? This next one is called We're Watching You, and it was uploaded by one of the GOATs, Llama Arts. Ain't gonna be me. Story by Andre Fidelia. Voices by Christian Johnston and Erica Letitia. Animated by Llama Arts.
Oh, okay.
This is not a narration? This is an actual story? Oh. Y'all see something? Oh, yep. Hey, listen. I don't got time for you, playboy. I don't got time for you. Don't walk towards me in the nighttime. Alright? Well, Foggy, I don't know if it's night. Better take your behind on the other side of the street. I'm gonna start acting crazy. Guys, you got plenty of options to disarm a situation like this. Do what you gotta do. Ah, my neck! You can literally do anything and people will be like, whoa, whoa. Roaches! Roaches! I'm telling you, I will act crazy. You won't want to kidnap me no more. Roaches! Roaches! What is wrong with me? Yep. You're not gonna want me anymore.
Everything okay, man?
See, he trying to talk. Whoa! He needs some help.
Huh.
Why are you outside with no umbrella?
Shoe. There's no people. It's a quiet neighborhood. Maybe I'm just exaggerating.
Yeah, I mean, just getting drenched, soaking wet in the freaking rain. Sir, do you need something?
Is there something I can help you with, sir?
First of all, why are you talking to them? Like he can talk back. His mouth, look! And he talking to him like this is normal, like toes all out. I'm not talking to you. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Come on, man. You're seriously freaking me out.
Whoa. Yeah, this dude having a nightmare.
Okay, alright, I get it. No one calls me on my birthday, so this is, I guess, what you decided to do instead? Listen, guys, I played enough Silent Hill, okay? This is nothing.
We're watching you.
What the hell?
You like to be seen.
Oh! You ain't catching me. Not happening. Oh yeah, he tweaking.
There's no one here. What's happening?
You're tweaking, brother. Whoa! Yo, I recognize that guy.
You like to be seen. What the f are you people talking about? Please be a dream. Please be a dream.
What? What did you eat last night?
How the hell did I get here? Where are those people? What were those people? Hello? Is anyone here?
What? See? Nah. Now y'all gotta get this RPG. What do you even do in this situation?
Stop it!
There's a lot of people out there. No, no, no! I knew he was about to do that.
Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video.
What?
Llama...
What? So was he just crazy? A Manchester horror story, and it was uploaded by Llama Arts, who hasn't been on the channel for a while. How you doing, Llama Arts? Hope you've been well. A Manchester horror story. I'm probably not gonna.
This is a story about how I became a 30-year-old male who is secretly afraid to be outside after dark in cities.
He's agoraphobe?
I live in Manchester, in the UK,
Okay.
and it's widely regarded as a relatively safe and multicultural city. Good transport, friendly locals, and plenty to do.
Okay.
I don't live there anymore, but I'm proud to be from there, and I will always have one hometown. This took place in 2016, and at the time
Good
I was
year.
working for a company that hired me to work
Fine.
on contracts.
You know.
So 4, 6, sometimes even 8 months abroad, and then 2 or 3 months at home.
Oh.
So when I was home, I made sure to see family and friends
Right.
as much as possible, whether it be meeting and playing video games,
Yeah.
a drink at the bar, playing sports, or traveling together.
Okay.
The incident took place when I was on my way home after a night out drinking.
What the freak?
And I write this 4 years on since it happened. I still have PTSD from the incident, and
What
think
happened?
of this as my way of telling you all to be careful out there,
Okay.
as well as this being an opportunity for me to talk
He
about
had
it.
a gash on his hand.
Those who know Manchester know about its quite frankly amazing tram system. It's affordable and easy to understand.
Right.
There is a tram station right near to my apartment, just outside the city center. I had been back in the country for 7 days and had arranged to meet my friends in the city for a reunion of sorts.
Nice.
Drinking, dancing, and catching up. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I do.
It's important to note at this point that at the time there was a homeless gentleman that adopted the tram stop near my apartment as his own.
Okay.
He would always sit at the top of the stairs leading down to the platform, and whenever I used the tram, I would always see him without fail. It had even gotten to the point where we exchanged a friendly nod to each other every time.
Cool.
But this time, on the way to the city to meet my friends, everything changed.
What happened?
On any normal occasion, he would be sitting under the shelter at the top of the stairs, either asking passersby for money or just saying hello. But
this
as I
time-
approached the top of the stairs, around 20 to 30 meters away, I saw him, and he stood up straight, almost too straight, with his chest out, just glaring right at me
Nah,
in
I'm
the
going the
most
other way.
menacing way.
Going the other way.
His brow was furrowed, his jaw was clenched, and he was breathing heavily. I
Okay.
could see his chest rising up and down with speed from now 20 meters away.
Ugh.
Maybe drugs was involved or something had angered him.
Yeah.
Why me? I thought.
Bro.
Now, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm 6 foot and athletic, but I don't believe violence is
6 foot and athletic? Yeah, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm only 6 foot. If you 6 foot getting bullied, try again. You're doing it wrong.
I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I'm 6 foot and athletic, but I don't believe violence is the answer in any case.
Hey, I too, but
I'm not
sometimes you
easily
gotta resort to
intimidated
it.
at all.
Alright?
But the way this guy looked at me sent shivers down my spine. I immediately looked down after we made eye contact, and then looked ahead, because I thought maybe
Man,
it
don't
was
look
just
away.
a glance from him.
I'm looking at you dead in your
Then,
eyes.
I looked
What you
back at
looking
him
at?
again, when I was even closer and his eyes were still on me.
Whoa!
This time they were wide, and he looked unhinged like he was ready to attack. I looked away again.
Y'all know what time it is. When I get into this stance, somebody about to wake up on a drug. What you think, I'm supposed to be scared of you? Huh? Corvette.
Because at this point, I felt I had to ready and prepare myself for a potential confrontation with this guy.
Sir, get ready. Don't
When I
look
was
away,
close
man.
to him, I looked back again, and he took a step forward, watching my every move, looking me up and down
He
as
really
if he was
feeling
assessing
froggy.
my weaknesses. As I approached the top of the staircase, he was turning his head as I moved. I knew that this was not normal behavior
Yeah.
from him, or anyone for that matter. I thought I have to address this, because he's freaking me out.
We already passed
so I
him.
stopped, met his gaze, and pointed my body towards him just before I went down the stairs.
Okay.
And I calmly asked him, "Is everything okay, mate? Can I help you with something?" Nothing. I got absolutely nothing as he looked into my eyes. I could hear his fast breathing at this point through his nose, and he looked like he was having some sort of episode. So I moved on and quickly went down the stairs.
Get out of there, man.
What the f has gotten into this guy? I thought. I almost felt bad for him. At the halfway point of the stairs, I looked behind me to see him standing at the top,
Bro,
looking down.
You feeling
directly
froggy?
at
Then
me
leave.
again. I could only describe the look he gave me as bone-chilling. He looked like a predator that had found his prey. I kept moving as I didn't know if this guy had a weapon or what his intentions were at this point. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, I turned around again.
Bro.
And to my shock, he had walked 4 to 5 steps down,
Whoa.
still standing and glaring at me with the same
Whoa.
disturbed and angered look. He was clearly stalking me now.
Yeah.
I could feel my heartbeat in my ears, and sweat was forming on my forehead and palms. Luckily for me, the
that?
platform was very busy, and the tram I needed to catch was approaching. So I quickly immersed myself amongst the crowd of people getting onto the tram and found a seat.
Bet.
Wouldn't you know it?
Simpsons.
When I sat down and the tram started moving, I looked back towards the bottom of the staircase, and there he was, just glaring at me with this horrific,
Bro,
sinister
what?
grin on his face.
Who wronged you?
I did not feel safe. The entire journey to the city I felt on edge, anxious, and all I could do was think about that guy. When I eventually got there, my friends automatically picked up on the fact that I seemed a little off.
Yeah.
So I told them about the situation I was just in, which they just dismissed, saying that I was probably just being paranoid and that he'll be gone by the time I get back home.
Well, why don't you come with me
I
then?
agreed with them because I realized that he is usually only there during the daytime, so I enjoyed the night. We all drank, laughed, and even met some cute girls. Before I knew it, I was hammered, to the point where I had to look at my phone with one eye closed. My balance was off, and I felt like I could throw up at any second. It was around midnight and time to go home, so I said goodbye to my friends and arranged to meet the next weekend due to the success of this one. The last tram was approaching, and I had to run drunk as a skunk to make it in time. I got onto the tram, and when I got a seat and caught my breath, I remembered what happened at the tram station on the way back to the city. I felt sober suddenly, and I was honestly on the verge of an anxiety attack, until I remembered that I never usually see the guy late at night, which was comforting for the remainder of my journey. The tram arrived at my stop, and I got off. I just stood there for a second, surveying my surroundings. The platform was empty. The skies were clear, although dark. The air was warm, and the only sounds were the nearby traffic and the tram leaving the platform. I remember it like it was yesterday. I looked towards the bottom of the staircase and the platform leading to the street, and I took a deep breath. I approached the stairs and looked towards the top. Much to my relief, he wasn't there.
He laying
Stage
down
1
up
over.
there, so you can't see
Stage
him.
2 was easy. Get to my building, which was about 150 meters away from the stairs.
Okay.
As I slowly walked up the stairs, trying to make as little noise as possible, my heart was in my throat. All I could think about was what I would do if he was there.
Bro,
But
he's
I was
there,
drunk
right?
and I didn't think fast enough. I arrived at the top and looked to my left, and what do you know? He's there. And as soon as I look at him, his head snaps, and he's looking me in the eyes with the same terrifying look,
He's
almost foaming at the mouth
to
like he's won a
go
prize.
down.
He stands up slowly and turns to face his body towards me. At this point, I realized how tall he was. About 6'2", huge gray
2
and
inches
dirty
on you?
beard,
Nothing.
almost skinny with a lean body type. I was almost pissing myself. So to break the tension, I just nodded at him and told him, "Good night, mate," and I walked on quickly towards my apartment. I suddenly heard a deep, hoarse voice say,
"You got any spare change?"
Loud and obnoxious. Which I turned and replied quickly whilst I was walking backwards.
Night.
"No, mate. Sorry.
Sorry.
Have a good night, though." and walked on again. I was free, and my anxiety was disappearing. All I was thinking about was getting to my building as fast as possible. Then, I heard what felt like the loudest, most aggressive voice ever. Hey! I stopped, and I turned around so fast because he made me jump and scared me. He was holding a knife, and it was pointed directly towards me.
Run.
The nightmare scenario was playing out now, and I held my breath as he walked slowly towards me.
Run! Oh,
I was definitely
drunk, huh?
sober now, and
no,
I
he's
weighed
not.
up the options.
Run.
I run and take a risk, or I start to negotiate with him. I thought, if there is an ATM nearby, I can get some money and just go home. He was around 5 meters away, with the knife pointing towards me.
Yeah, because you were letting him walk towards you.
I wasn't going to let myself die like this. He then said, I'm going to ask you again. Do you have any spare change?
No, I don't.
I couldn't tell whether I wanted to throw up or cry, but I had to get out of this situation. No one else was around that I could see or hear, and it was on me to get out of this. I said to him, Look, there is an ATM. I couldn't even finish my sentence, because he had thrown the knife at my face.
Oh!
It hit me just above my eye, cutting me on my eyebrow, taking a chunk of skin clean off, and there was blood in my eye, partially blinding me, and there was blood all over my face almost immediately. I was blinded and breathless. I fell to one knee in shock, and I barely saw the knife in front of me on the ground through my drunken, shocked, and partially blinded state. So I reached for it as fast as I could. But it was too late. He had already picked it up and tackled me to the ground. I yelled a guttural and deep shout for help down the street as he tackled me, holding the knife. A sound I didn't know I was capable of making. But this
dude says something. That's the only sound that will probably just come out of you in an emergency situation. You never knew you could make that sound. Did you hear what I just produced? Never in my life have I made that sound.
Adrenaline was coursing through my veins now. He had the knife in his right hand and plunged it down towards my face. And the only thing I could do was put my hand away. I screamed in pain as the guy was on top of me. He had put the knife clean through my hand, in between the knuckles of my middle and index fingers to be specific. I started to push back, realizing how much stronger I was than him. The tip of the blade was about 5 inches from my face, and then a miracle happened. I heard the voices of a group of people yelling.
Hey, stop!
Accompanied with their fast-running feet towards me on the tarmac. The guy's grip on the knife was weak suddenly, and he looked behind himself, clearly seeing the group approaching. They shouted again, yelling,
Get off him!
And he jumped off of me. Unfortunately for me, he took the knife with him and ripped it out of my hands as he jumped to his feet and swiftly ran into the nearby woods. There were 5 people in total who came to my rescue. 2 of them initially chased the guy into the woods before I shouted,
No, he has a knife!
And hearing me say this, they let him go and started to call the police.
That dude look like Naruto.
This incident changed me for the better, and I wake up every day appreciating everything in my life. After the incident, I was rushed to the hospital and I had surgery to reattach the nerves in my hand 2 days later. The guy who attacked me is in prison now for attempted murder.
Good.
The police showed after the incident within 5 minutes, and full credit to them. They found the guy hiding in the woods, still holding the knife behind a tree, and they managed to subdue and arrest him on the spot. He was on a cocktail of drugs, and he openly admitted to the police that he fully intended to kill me if he had the opportunity. But this incident was simultaneously the best and worst thing that ever happened to me.
How?
The best, because I appreciate life so much more now. I talk to those I love every single day. All life is precious. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and we are all mortal. Stay safe and alert, and do not waste a moment. as you don't know who's going to be waiting around the corner.
Yo, he was speaking facts at the end, though. That was amazing. This next one is called Pizza Delivery Story 3, and it was uploaded by one of the most goated animators, Llama Arts. How you been? Yo, we haven't watched the Llama Arts in a minute.
This happened in April of 2021.
Okay.
My region hadn't been hit so hard by COVID, so most aspects of our lives were normal. I had graduated in 2020 and I needed a job. I was 18 at the time, almost 19. I wasn't studying and I didn't know what the hell to do with my life. So in March, I got a job at Pizza Hut as a delivery driver and kitchen hand.
Respect.
The night...
I know some of y'all 18, 19, 20, young 20s. Y'all in that stage where it's like you graduated high school, maybe you want to go to college, maybe not. You just don't really know what you want to do. But respect to this guy and anybody who at least is working, at least is putting together a plan. It's okay to not know what you want to do, but as long as you're making moves, all right, you're out here at least trying to grind something to get closer to where you want to be, much respect. You think this dude want to work at Pizza Hut sweeping the freaking dirty floors after people? But that's just a temporary situation. Let's see what happens with this guy.
It seemed normal. It was one of those days that didn't seem like anything interesting would happen, but those are always the days when the unexpected happens, you know?
Yeah.
It was around 10:30 on a Saturday night. We closed at 11, so it was just me and my boss during the last hour.
Okay.
As usual, we got a late order. It was close, and I had finished mopping and sweeping the floor, so it was no hassle. My boss was always prepared for a million orders to come at the last minute, so he asked me to do it as fast as possible.
Right.
The restaurant was located in a plaza on the main road. The traffic was consistently heavy on a Saturday, so I avoided the main road and took the side exit. Even though the plaza was in one of the busiest parts of town, this street, however, was always so dark and empty. This street was also really long, so all you could see were the traffic lights about 500 meters ahead.
Dang!
Something was confusing me though, like my eyes were playing tricks on me. There was this black shadow blocking part of the lights, and there was this metallic object shining in the light above, bobbing up and down like it was floating. As I got closer, I could see the bottom of this dark silhouette. It looked like it was walking. So I approached with caution, preparing to brake or swerve. I got close enough to see this person was dressed in a long coat with a hood similar to a cowl,
I can see.
which is unusual where I live.
Is that death?
I turned my car lights on bright and honked my horn, hoping that they'd move to the side or something, but they didn't even flinch.
Bro.
Finally, I got close enough to see that it was some asshole dressed as death.
What is my dude honking at him for? He's on the sidewalk.
Bruh.
He's not even in the street. Like, we got Grim from Billy and Mandy over here. He just minding his business. You're just a non-driver, that's all.
Carrying a scythe. Something was odd, though. People, even if they are on the sidewalk, usually look over their shoulder at an approaching car.
I mean, they don't have to.
They didn't. As I drove past, however, this person ever so smoothly looked right into the window of my car on the driver's side. It gave me such a fright, like when people clap in your face. I passed them too quickly to see their face, let alone see what gender they were. After I passed them, I looked into my rearview mirror trying to see them, but it was so dark. I stopped at the traffic lights, and that's when I started to panic. I remember those scary clown guys who used to block people's path and tap on car windows.
They could get ran over.
I went through the red. No one was on this road anyway. I pulled over to the side and tried calling the cops at the station, just in case some...
What? Bro, you mean to tell me this is a male Karen? At the very least, we got somebody dressed as the Grim Reaper, standing on the sidewalk, minding their business, not doing nothing, and then they just give you a quick little glance. You got a little scared because you all... If you would have just kept your eyes on the road to begin with, you probably wouldn't even seen them, much less paying like 99% of your attention to them. Now you gonna call the cops? This is crazy so far.
Somebody hits them, but no one answered. I remembered my boss told me to hurry, so I just went on with the delivery.
Deliver your pizza, bro!
I got to the house and parked on
got
the
the
side
llama
of the
arts.
road, and I gave the people their pizza. It's always awkward handing over the pizza in silence, so to make conversation, I told them what I saw.
Bro, this protagonist delivering a pizza? What do you mean it's awkward? Bro, take your freaking pizza. Yeah, that'll be $17.84. Take the money, go. This dude was like, there was a guy over.
They laughed and said that it was probably someone making a TikTok. I laughed as well. I guess it was a pretty good prank.
Bro,
I got in my car and went to start it,
behind home,
but I couldn't find the keys. I checked outside my car as well, but I couldn't find them. I searched for ages, but no luck. I started to panic and kept thinking about that person I saw on the street. I jumped into my car and locked it from the inside. I almost started crying when I heard jingling. I looked to my right to see that person dressed as Death, holding my keys, staring into my window. I felt everything in my body pulsating.
Now
but I couldn't move.
We can be scared.
It was like they were staring into my soul. Eventually, I started acting on instinct. I don't remember thinking or doing it, but all of a sudden I was holding down the locks inside my car. My car is small and only has 2 doors, so I could easily reach across and hold both the locks down. They started spamming the car remote and trying to open the door. I was using all my energy to hold down those locks. I don't think I'd ever used so much effort and strength before in my life. All this time, I couldn't take my eyes off them. This person, this thing, standing over my car with a scythe. I knew that if they got in, I wouldn't stand a chance. The shadow from the hood hid their face. Was this even real? They stopped trying to get in and just looked at me. I started screaming out of exhaustion, and I became dizzy. My vision was blurred.
Bro.
There was a silence, and then about 10 dogs started barking close by. This gave me hope. While leaning on the scythe, they lowered their body and put their face only a few centimeters from the window. Finally, I could see this person had covered themselves with a skull mask. We both froze and just stared at each other. I couldn't help but look into their eyes. The eyes. There was something unnerving about them. They didn't look like they were holding in laughter, like it was a prank. Through this creepy skull mask,
that's creepy.
I saw that they just looked curious, like how a little kid looks at an animal in the zoo. I shut my eyes and started calling for help. I had been screaming for so long, why couldn't anyone hear me?
Bro.
I feared.
He's still in a driveway of the house he just delivered the pizza to, right? Here's what I'm about to do. Now, I got like the reflexes of a cornered cheetah, okay? He's like stretched out, got his foot on the passenger door. I'm turning, opening the door, doing a quick spin out of the freaking car while I'm airborne, hitting a quick tatsu to close the door, running to the freaking front door of the house that I'm at, lowering my shoulder, crashing through, running up the stairs, doing a front flip into the bedroom of the family of the pizza I just delivered, landing in the center of the 2 people that are in the bed, and I'm gonna be like, the door.
What?
I'm telling you.
I remembered my phone had Google Assist. With my hands still in the locks, I tried my luck and said, "Hey, call 000." It worked.
What's that?
And my phone contacted emergency services. I could not describe the feeling I got hearing the voice of the operator on the other line. I heard the blunt jingle of keys dropping. I opened my eyes, and the person dressed as Death had disappeared. I tried looking around, but I didn't want to move. I just spoke to the lady on the line while holding the locks. She told me to keep doing what I was doing, and that she was sending the police. I waited on the line with her until the police arrived. It felt like hours, but it was only around 10 minutes. I told them what had happened. Because the person was threatening and I feared for my safety, I was required to make a formal statement to the station. They told me they'd keep it on file. The officers spoke to the people in the neighborhood, and none of them heard me scream or saw anything, and they were used to the dogs going off at night. I found my keys around 2 meters from my car. I called my boss, and the officers followed me back to my work, where I signed out. I then followed them to the police station. I called my parents, and they took my statement. It was almost 1 a.m. when it was finally finished.
Dang.
This was a couple of months ago, but sometimes it feels like I'm going crazy. It was probably some asshole messing with me, but they just looked so curious, like they were studying me. Or they enjoyed watching me feel helpless and terrified. I still do deliveries, but I never leave my keys in the car.
Should never do that to begin with. Wow, that was kind of crazy. You know, the whole time I was thinking it was like a supernatural thing. I don't know why the cloak, and when he was first driving up on it, I thought it was like death. But it was a guy in a mask. If he wanted to like kill this guy so bad, why didn't he just break the window of the car? And why did he want to kill him so bad to begin with? Probably because he wasn't minding his own business. Spooky Scary Sunday. The next one for this week is called Pedro Pascal When He Gets Anxious, and it was uploaded by Avocado Animations. This was sent to us by HT Part 3s over on Twitter, who said, nothing. Just using the hashtags. So how about we give you Nutri-Grain, call it a day. Open wide.
My name is Pedro Pascal.
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 What's happening here? I did see this thing about, when Pedro Pascal gets anxious, he has to be like held or hold your hand or something like that.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
I'm Pedro Pascal. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Pedro. What are you?
I kidnapped Pedro Pascal!
Too tacky. Am I a real boy? You will be, silly. I'm so lonely. No.
You're still up?
I have to make a video.
Oh, Lavo. Just come back to bed.
Any water in this?
This is so weird, bro.
Daddy.
This is so weird.
Pedro is gay?
No! Pedro impregnates Tom Holland!
Oh, that's genius. Oh no, that's dog shit.
What?
Oh, your shirt.
Oh, okay.
Damn it! It has to be real! It has to be real or it doesn't even, or it doesn't work!
This is so meta. Like, dude did an animation about trying to figure out an animation to make about Pedro Pascal. What is wrong with Pedro Pascal? Only thing wrong with Pedro Pascal is that he's too perfect. What's happening back here?
clean. You. No one's clean. Don't know what you want me to say. Guy's perfect.
He hired a PI to get some dirt on him. He can't get any dirt on him.
Don't know what you want me to say. Guy's perfect.
What? What, you get lost in his eyes when you were following him?
Oh, don't start this shit.
I'm gonna start that shit because you can't do f***ing job.
I did my homework, pal.
Just get out.
Oh.
Hey, don't f***ing touch me, pal. I'll show you, you bastard.
Oh my goodness. He's just looking. He's obsessed.
Pedro is creep.
Look at him.
I just need something.
To start with the movie, on the page, I feel like there
I
was
just need
strong
something.
relationships overall, and I think
I just need Pedro. Who the hell are you?
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, it's about to get crazy. I was about to say he ran into the Pedro from Game of Thrones.
Cleaning crew. Just, keeping things clean. Oh, good. Because I had just heard some rummaging. Yeah, that was me. Sorry. Oh, you don't need to apologize. You're just doing your job. Are you alright? You look a little bruised. Oh, yeah, I was just in Kevin Feige's room. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, no, he's pretty physical. Yeah. I'm a big fan of your movies, by the way. Really spoke to me. And I am a big fan of your nails. No, they're speaking of me right now. May I?
Uh-oh.
Yo. They are.
Kevin wants a word
He's
with
getting beguiled.
Well, duty calls. What was your name again? Avo. It's nice to meet you, Avo.
The seed's planted. Now he's a fan. You can't hate this man. You can't hate
Pedro, let go.
Wait.
Pedro.
Pedro, let go. Pedro, stop!
Wait. The freaking animation just went freaking widescreen. I wasn't expecting that. Hopefully y'all aren't eating. This is some...
My name is Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal here. Pedro Pascal.
My name is Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal here. I am Pedro Pascal.
My name is Pedro Pascal. My name is Pedro Pascal. My name is Pedro Pascal. My name is Pedro Pascal.
If you liked this video, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. You know, it's like the price of a pack of Oreos, but it really goes a long way. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
Okay, number one, that was incredible. That was so creative and disturbing. Going through the mindset of an obsessed hater at the end of the day. And then that took a left turn. I thought he was just going to become like a Pedro super fan. And then he had some mental psychosis deal happen. But number 2, somebody needs to get this in front of Pedro Pascal. This next one is called Before You Sleep, and it was uploaded by Dark Mind. Now, this was sent to us by Brett over on Twitter, who said, I am never sleeping again after watching this. Y'all heard that? Don't proceed past this point if you're trying to get some sleep tonight. I feel like my soul is being dragged into that place. Heaven? A parasite taking over my mind. Uh-oh. I can't sleep anymore. I am going insane. Freak.
Welcome to Basewood County's informational takes. After many reports of lack of sleep, degrading mental health due to insomnia and night terrors, this tape will give you methods to have a healthy sleep and make a spiritual distance between you and V.
Wait, what? And the what? Uh-oh. Frick you mean, are you still awake? I'm wide awake! Oh, heck.
Go to bed at an even hour. This means that you go to sleep at 10 p.m., 12 a.m., 2 a.m. and avoid the odd hours as they may put you at risk of the wanderer effect, which makes you sleepwalk. Look at the clock before sleeping. Is it ticking? Is it ticking? Or is it stopped?
Did you just ask that twice? Horrible view. Horrible room view. I would just think something is about to walk through the door at all times. Look at this! Look! Oh my... Alright, can we go?
Sleep. Bury your consciousness.
Why do we skip
Let
3?
them in.
Bruh, who made this? Nah. Hello? Brett was right. I'm definitely not sleeping after that. And the last one for this week is called The Boiled One Phenomenon, and it was uploaded by Dr. Nowhere. Now, this was sent to us by Blurpy Skull over on Twitter, who said, Day 40 of trying to get Corey to notice my submission, Nutri-Grain bar. Don't worry. Nutri-Grain bars going out en masse. I couldn't read that. Can we go back for a second? All following media has been curated with permission from personnel at Ephrata 228. Great care has been taken to keep the identity of the person involved anonymous as they requested. Okay. Make sure you have the following of vicinity. Earplugs, a pencil, a sheet of paper, Can you speak? A sheet of paper, a standard Christian Bible, open to Psalms 91:10. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that in a new tab. There shall be no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. I wonder why we need earplugs. I mean, that's not creepy at all, right? If something unusual begins speaking in tongues tangible to the naked ears, insert your earplugs and turn to your pencil and paper.
Write the following on the page. What? I can see this paper. I can see my hand. I can't hear screaming of thousands. I can hear the feast. I'm moving. No evil shall befall you and no plague shall come. Okay, after these words are written, recite Psalm 91. In the event you are required to carry out these procedures, contact authorities immediately. Okay. Many appear to lead a normal life afterwards. What the freak? The Boiled One phenomenon. August 13, 2003. Tree of Heaven. In the late 1990s, a now classified documentary-based television program would debut from a local station in Pennsylvania. The program revolved around woodland, plants, animals, and was primarily directed. Star of the show and narrator would talk about the wonders of nature, the dangers of it, how to appreciate it, and most importantly, I don't know. Unfortunately, the program would be taken off of air. He passed away, and something odd happened. On August the 13th episode of the series began a rerun. The following audio recording depicts the beginning segments.
Good morning, bushwhackers. Today we're venturing into the heart of the forest to find a plant that's as beautiful as it is deceptive. Poison oak. We all know about it, and here in Pennsylvania it's not as common, but still something to look out for. And here on we aim to uncover all the wonderful secrets that nature has to offer, no matter how minuscule or gigantic. So let's get going, shall we?
It's such a peaceful show. I love
Found
this
primarily in deep North American woodlands, poison oak has many different names and places of origin, also referred to as the Tree of Heaven. Imagine that?
Imagine that.
In China and Taiwan, one of these invasive species made its way to America in the 1700s.
Hey, gotta clean up this audio. I can't really hear that well.
As many of us know, it's infamous.
They run an interview, an anomalous broadcast would hijack the program. Broadcast depicted videos of a red melted face that spoke to the viewer. His face and properties would be hereby referred to as Fin 228. Spoke clips of footage, even live camera feeds, monitoring hospitals and bedrooms. Though most remember speaking English. Okay. Following clip is a restored recording. Duration clip has been shortened. Audio muffled, reversed, and dampened. Oh my goodness. These alterations are absolutely necessary to suppress its hazardous attributes as effectively as possible. For maximum safety, watch with blue light glasses and insert your earplugs. Okay, well, I got blue light glasses. Shout out to Evo. I've been waiting for an opportunity to pull these babies out. Yeah, when your boy went to Evo, which I ain't even talked to y'all about yet, how fire that was, had these swaggy blue light glasses, yeah. All right, we should be protected. I'm supposed to be scared from this? Sesame Street character? I'm supposed to be scared of this melted ketchup sandwich? Somebody get their imaginary friend off my screen. Okay. This shot, this is a little scary. A little bit. But come on, guys. This broadcast are hereby referred to as broadcast 813. Broadcast reviewed roughly 530 residents. Okay. Not gonna lie, like if I was watching TV and that just popped up on the TV, okay, now I'm like extremely terrified. Context is everything. You know, I've been sent this under the guise of it being a scary video, so I'm already going in with some pretense, right? I fully admit, if I was just watching TV and then this interrupted my broadcast and I'm watching that, what did we talk about earlier? Black protocol. Who am I shooting? I don't know. Aside from the discomfort, paranoia, presence of broad viewers, or other side effects. Okay. Many viewers report not being able to keep the image out of their minds. Some even continue to hear the voice. The victim requested to remain anonymous, claimed the face was living in his brain and feeding on his spine. Oh boy. None of these people knew this was only the beginning of a whole new species of suffering that would never be fully understood. August 14, 03. After the frequency was detected by television, the NERC was ordered by Freda Branch to have power grids disabled by 4 to prevent further escalation. The outage ultimately spread to various parts of New York, Jersey, Ohio, and Canada, creating an infamous Great Northeast Blackout. Wow. During the confusion caused by the outage, all traces were collected and seemingly wiped from existence, including news articles in the works. The cause of the blackout was promptly covered up and claimed to have been a combination of human error. Cover-ups, man, but the damage had been done. Aftermath. 12 days after the broadcast was blocked from the air, a historically massive influx occurred through the state of Pennsylvania, leaving 500 people affected. Pseudocoma is an extremely rare condition in which a patient experiences a disconnection. I sounded that word out as best as I could. Don't look at me crazy. Leaving them to be conscious but unable to move or communicate verbally due to... Nah, bro. Pull the plug on me. Don't want it. This anomalous outbreak of such a rare condition was regarded as a spectacle. It was put under government. One thing in common with all these cases is that the patients had been at home watching TV. I mean, well, duh. Is this thing popping up on the TV? There's victims of the outbreak unable to speak. They were able to communicate through Morse code. More than 60 victims were interviewed. Many of these interviews had unavailing results that often led to more questions. However, fairly late, the Freda Branch was notified on a case involving Joe and his victim. Okay. Job or Job. Bro, my goodness. How am I supposed to read this fast? Job Zamperini specifically requested his alias to be used in future records. Okay. Liberty was a war vet, fluent in Morse code, putting on a mark. Okay. After odd photos taken in his backyard by Vita's grandson, his family became deeply troubled. This led them to contact a local priest in hopes his house would be blessed. The following photo depicts Ben standing next to a small playhouse. Photo itself proved to be non-hazardous and safe to view. Okay. I got my blue lights. I'm ready. This like I thought he was posing for Vogue. Who told you to? Zamperini claimed something horrible and unholy was with him. It would hurt him and possibly others. Following is a recovered recording, which the officer interviews Job.
Hello, Mr. I'm Officer Gomez. Hope you're doing well today.
This is how he did the interview?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions regarding your condition and possibly unholiness within your home that your family had mentioned?
Translation sequence. Morse code. Who knows it? I need the Morse code down in the comments. Wait. The words that come after are what he's saying. Okay, I'm stupid.
Unholiness within your home that your family had mentioned.
It literally said translation sequence. Ask.
Okay, first and foremost, did you notice any onset symptoms before you lost complete mobility of your body?
There was a face.
When did you begin seeing this face?
After I saw it on TV, it never left me.
Many of the people who have seen the broadcast that you saw on August the 13th described having vivid and upsetting hallucinations. Do you think this is something your brain has created?
No, it is
Can
in
you
the
please
window.
describe this face to me?
Horribly burnt, not of Lord Christ.
I still don't see it. Have you been having any hallucinations aside from the face? I'm sorry to hear
Screaming
that.
of many voices.
Are these screams constant?
At night before sleep. All right, hold on. At night before sleep, I hear trumpets too. There was another one. It was a red one. Look, 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 look. In the comments, what does it say? What does it say? But Lord Christ is with me.
Thank you.
Praise Jesus.
You shedding light on this is helping more than you know.
Okay. Obviously, we got to see what that was.
Light on this is helping more.
Look at the portrait on the wall. I just peeped it. I can see you. Okay, hold up, hold up. There's no way, guys. Still couldn't do it. The freak is this? Oh! Oh, that's scary. That is scary. Okay, this is scary. My eyes watering a little bit. Just a little bit. A wonderful day. The miracle of birth. A fetal fanfare.
Listen closely. Do you hear it? You will hear the laughter of thousands as the sky opens up. You will hear the trumpets play their happy sounds. The scalding blood of life will pour down onto us all. Together, we will be still.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm looking at this thing's anus. I don't know if I'm looking at a birth happening. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Together, a feast fit for a king. Together, melded by love and
I'm guessing it's a birth.
purest connection. Be still.
If he sees it's not safe to continue viewing. Oh no. It's not safe, guys. Turn away. Close your eyes. I'll look for you. Perform the procedures. Okay, okay. What's gonna happen? No evil. No evil. Guys! Keep your eyes closed! Alright, to everybody that didn't close their eyes, that probably just looked stupid. I think that one was okay. The face is, I think it tries so hard to look creepy that it looks kind of funny. Like if it was something that was just like, it's like a simple smile, like a really like aggressive smile, that scares me more than like some weird looking thing. But there were some cool segments, the freaking coming up at the end, obviously. And then most importantly, Jesus is my savior. So them going the whole like biblical scripture route, that's not really gonna fly with me. But it was decent. So overall this week, I would give this week about an 8 to 9. Somewhere in there. I know y'all could do better. Keep those submissions coming. I'm seeing a lot more submissions than usual. I need scarier. I need 10s or else. Spooky Scary Sunday.